Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2 as Ireland. So last time we finally ended the enormous battle that was going on in Donegal, and somehow even Sokoto at this point has now managed to get troops over to the UK mainland. I have no idea how Sokoto got over. They don't even have a coastline, so they don't have boats. They must have... I honestly have no idea. Anyway, they've somehow gotten troops over, and the Ottomans and the Netherlands are now carpet sieging the UK, so we're just waiting for this to happen to get the war score up to closer to 100%, so we can demand the war goal that we just recently added, which was to liberate Scotland. Yes, kill the British army, there we go. May as well even kill their rebels, why not? Oh, the USA has an army up here. What is going on? What other wars going on? Oh, it's this California war. I see. So I guess the UK intervened to try and enforce status quo. And that's why the Americans then pieced out California separately and annexed them. But they're still in the war with the UK. Interesting, okay. Well, it looks like the UK is going to have a pretty bad time in that war too. Because once we peace out, they'll be left with some amount of American troops on their land and no army to deal with them. See what we're at now. 97% propose peace. Obviously they would not accept peace offer valued at 125. They would accept releasing Scotland. Okay, great. Let's see if we can give anything to anyone else as well. Humiliate Portugal? No. I'm just going to peace out with this then. This seems good. Excellent. So 23 Great War capitulations and Scotland is released. I think they start in our sphere. They do indeed. Excellent. So that was a really fun war then. We're immediately back up to 3rd place. We jumped only... Oh, actually what happened was we jumped well ahead of the UK, who have dropped considerably now. Great. So if we can get ahead of the USA somehow, we can be back up to, or up to 2nd, not back up to 2nd. Though probably once the UK starts rebuilding their troops and whatever, they'll come back up at least to 4th, if not maybe 3rd. Alright then. So, I'm kind of afraid to look at our budget screen to see how many loans we have. It's a lot. Okay, we can get our military spending down now, though. Pretty far. Now we're making money quite quickly. Scotland wants an alliance. Of course Scotland, our new best friends. Of course we'll have an alliance with you. So, when can we go to war against France again? Not till 1930, so 2 more years. We might do that. That might be a good, probably last war that we can get involved in. Or we could also try to go to war with the UK again. Maybe take some land directly from them. It might be most appropriate to try and go to war against Germany, seeing as they're the last other great power that's not the USA. who I don't fancy trying to go to war with. No, honestly, I think Germany would be even worse. Okay, interwar cavalry. Oh, and Spain has serious rebels now. That's pretty bad. Looks like they're probably going to not be able to do anything about that. I'm not sure if we can even do anything. We do have these armies up here. Suppose we could... Do we not still have military access from France? We don't. Oh, okay. I thought we did. So we're down to just these navy techs left. Let's go ahead and get them. Suppose we could transport some troops over by boat, but yeah. So let's repay some of our loans. At least decrease the interest we're paying. Okay. Let's just go ahead and repay the rest of them. Making a pretty healthy profit now. Probably reduce taxes a little bit. Maybe help them get some more of their needs. We can keep increasing pensions, which seems fine. So I guess we're probably going to lose Spain from our sphere because of this. But what can you do? Why don't we start rebuilding our navy somewhat with this money that we have? Let's build 2 dreadnoughts, maybe 3 battleships. We get 6 battleships and another dreadnought. Do that for the moment. See where that leaves us. Okay. We probably need to expand a lot of these factories. Almost all of our factories, okay. Really only Leinster Connacht, actually, that is pretty bad for unemployment. Which is where our bankrupt factories are. I'm just going to destroy those, actually, and let's see what we can build. There was one factory, it was a radio factory we didn't have. We have a telephone factory. Okay, let's go ahead and build a radio factory. This requires glass and electric gears. So if we built another of those factories somewhere, that would be pretty good. Build another electric gear factory. Okay. So how is this war with between the UK and USA doing? Well, I'm not sure how many troops the US has over here, if any. They had some in Scotland when Scotland was liberated in our war, but they would have become exiled then, I think, so I don't know if they can then march them into the UK or if they have to bring them home. They probably have to go home. So if they can get some more troops over there, that's good for them. While the UK has almost no troops. Sure. So all of our factories are building, all of our ships are building, so no supply issues there. That's good. Ooh, France declared war on Spain. Yeah, Spain indeed got overthrown by rebels, it looks like, and are out of our sphere. So that's unfortunate, we can't help them out. Looks like France might actually get their land back. All soldiers, sure. Oh, and they white pieced, okay. Well, that's fine, I suppose. So let's actually put our influence up a little bit on Scotland so we can start getting some, in case there would probably only be the UK that would try to get them out of our sphere, but we certainly don't want that to happen. We went to all the trouble of liberating them, so of course we're going to protect them. So Spain getting pretty well occupied, unfortunately. If only you didn't have a revolution, we could have helped you. Of course, if they hadn't had a revolution, then they probably wouldn't be getting attacked in the first place. So how far are we from being able to declare our own war on France? Truce is up in June 1930, so less than a year. Could be time to start justifying a war, but we actually don't have the infamy. I guess we could go ahead and release some of our nations in Africa. Probably should do that. It's almost the end of the game. I'd rather end with another war against France than with, you know, still holding on to all this African land directly. So yeah, I'll probably do that to lose some infamy. So it's all -5. Okay, so let's just release the smaller ones, I suppose. Which would be Morocco and Oman, I suppose. Okay, we'll release Morocco and release Oman. So we have tiny Oman down here, and then Morocco up here. Kind of takes away our coast that we had there, but that's okay. Not a big deal. That also, we had one of our focus points there, so we can now move that. Let's go to Normandy, I suppose. UK allied with Venezuela, fair enough. And our boats are getting built. Let's let me take the rest of my navy back to Dublin from their exile down in France. probably look at building up our military again. Is this all in Africa? We have 9 in Europe as well, okay. All French. Let's actually build some airplanes this time. 3, I suppose. And sure, just 3 infantry. Suppose we'll get a few more tanks and planes down there too. And the rest just infantry. So all these boats and soldiers should help us out with our military score. Oh, and cool ally from Catalonia. What is this? So Spain has declared war on Catalonia. Is that that's what happened? Or oh no, Catalonia has declared war on Spain. Oh, I see. Well, okay. I suppose we can do that. Which part of Spain? I assume it's down here. Okay, that's fine. They're not in our sphere anymore, so I suppose I'm happy to help. Take our transports. We'll actually take this army over, I suppose. Land it down here. Okay, so France got all their corps back. They undid all of my good work. That's okay. Now we're at war with Spain. Just Spain. Probably should be worried about them having a fleet, possibly. They just have this one fleet here, it looks like. Yeah, still not something we want our transport fleet to run into. So let's send our main fleet around here, just to clear the way. How are they doing for armies? We have 33 brigades, okay, so some of those could be down here in Africa, potentially. Or over in Cuba, we don't know. I think I may just land my army over here. Probably should actually increase military spending. Now that I think about it, if we might actually get into a fight. Okay, so we did run into one of their ships in Gibraltar. They have 4 more here, unless that's the same fleet, I think it might be. In that case, I'll park it over here, just to make sure they don't get out. Or I'll actually accidentally intercept that fleet. Okay. And an election has started. We're pretty low on naval maintenance there, but hopefully it'll be okay. We have the numbers. And I'll send my transports back to pick up more troops. And okay, we won that battle. And Spain is occupying us down here in Africa. Actually never even retreated my troops from the various provinces they were in down here, so I should probably do that. Let's see, you head over here, you head over here, you head over here, go here. We should have... But we had a larger army in this area. I guess we don't. But if that's actually most of Spain's troops, that's fine. That means they're not going to bother us over here in actual Spain. It's probably the rest of their army over there. Scotland has gone bankrupt. Well, let's not go to war against them, seeing as we liberated them and they're in our sphere and everything. So we want moralism here, not secularized. Okay, and you can head over here, I think. But we're out of time for this episode, so thanks for watching, and join me again next time when we can hopefully get Catalonia what they want over here.